friends, I hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Isa. Welcome to Bookish Mushroom. So today we're going to be doing a book haul. Yippee! So today I might have gone over budget slightly, but I went a little bit crazy today. Next Tuesday, today's Friday, I'm going to be meeting Bryn Weaver and Hannah Nicole Mayer. I do apologize if I'm butchering the last name, because they're coming to Madrid for a special event. Not sure if they're doing other stuff, but I know that they're coming to a specific event. And I got tickets for it. I'm really excited about it. And I'm currently actually in the middle of a reading vlog, so that's a reading vlog that's happening. It's probably gonna be up after this. I got so many books. I'm so sorry to my bank account. I should not have gotten this many books. But point is, I was on the hunt for physical copies of Butcher and Blackbird and Assistant to the Villain. I was actually struggling to find them online. I did find Assistant to the Villain online in this very specific bookshop that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. Fully English bookshop in Madrid. I'm really excited. I went today for the first time, and so that's why today we have such a big haul. I am super excited to show you guys all of the books that I got. I was actually really happy because I saw their stock online and they didn't have Butcher and Blackbird, even though that's one of the books that I wanted, and I was struggling to find Butcher and Blackbird in English in any bookshop online. So I was I'm gonna have to buy the second one and just eventually get the first one signed eventually. But I was at the bookshop and they had 2 copies of Butcher and Blackbird, and I was like, yes! I was really happy. I was so excited. I was like, because you have to watch the reading vlog, watch me go through all the 5 stages of grief, because that was a lot. That was so much. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's get this video started. Let's get the book haul started. I got this cute tote from the bookshop. It's so pretty. Are you joking? It's so cute. The bookshop, bookstore, it's called The Secret Kingdoms. I got it for free. You're supposed to pay for it. But I was like, hey, can I get a bag for the books? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll give it to you for free. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. She was super lovely. So yeah, I got this for free. I'm really happy about it. It's really cute. Anyway, like I was saying, starting with the book that I actually intended to buy today, and the one that I happily got, Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I am currently reading this, and that's why I'm doing a reading vlog, and I'm just really happy. I'm really liking it so far. I'm about 20% of the way through. I think this is gonna be a 4-star read and up. Hopefully it gets to be a 5-star. We're still yet to find out because I haven't fully read it yet, but I'm really liking it so far. I think it's gonna be a really fun read, and I'm just really excited to continue reading this. This book follows 2 main characters. It goes mainly over Evie. She's the FMC, and she just lost her job. She has a dad that is disabled, can't really work anymore, and then a sister who's also not working. And she's basically kind of the main provider for their family right now, and she just lost her job. Suddenly, she randomly runs into the villain of the kingdom, and he offers her a job. Because he's like, you've seen me. It's either I kill you or you work for me. You choose, bestie. She obviously chooses to work for him, and slowly but surely she starts kind of developing this lust for him. There is spice in this, so do keep that in mind. She just kind of really likes him. She's into him, and from what we can tell from his POV, he's kind of into her a little bit as well. It kind of goes over their romance, and it also tells us the story of how there's someone on the inside, kind of like a Trojan horse. Somebody from his own team is trying to sabotage the villain, and kind of all of the things that he has. This man has an entire troop working for him. There's so many people on his side, and him and Evie will start to figure out who's the one that's trying to take him down. Really excited to keep on reading this. I am loving it so far. The audiobook is really nice as well. And yes, so finally have this. I can finally annotate. I'm really happy. So, Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. After that, like I said, I did surprisingly find Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I'm so excited to read this. You have no idea. I cannot wait to get onto reading this book. I have heard nothing but great things about this book, and I think I'm gonna really like it. One thing that they have in common, which is probably why they decided to do this meetup and this event with these 2 authors, is that they're rom-coms and they're dark ish rom-coms. Assistant to the Villain is more so rom-com fantasy. It's like romantasy, but it is kind of a rom-com. I have been laughing out loud to the book sometimes. And then Butcher and Blackbird, I've also heard that it's marketed as a dark rom-com. So I'm just really excited. I cannot wait to read this. This book follows two main characters, Sloane and Rowan, if I'm correct, and they're both serial killers. They're basically each other's enemy. They're like, oh no, I can do this better. Oh no, you think you can do this? No, I can do it better. Like the Dumb and Dumber type of thing, where it's like serial killer, serial killerer. I'm sorry, that was stupid. Why did I say that? It follows their relationship going from rivals to friends and maybe something more. There's this annual game slash, I guess, kill-a-thon that they do each year, and it drives them together and puts them both in the same group, in the same team, against XYZ people. Common enemies, I would say. There's a lot of trigger warnings for this, so please do look them up. Butcher and Blackbird, I'm really excited to read it, so yeah. Also, I just cannot wait to meet these authors. I'm so excited. I will be vlogging that event too. I'm going with a friend who's going with some friends. I found out about the event because of her, and I actually haven't talked to her in like 6-7 years. Just because like our friendship fell out. It wasn't like anything bad necessarily, but I'm gonna be seeing her for the first time in like 6-7 years. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be like comfortable like filming around and stuff. I hope I am, but yeah, I'm just really excited for that. I'm really happy to reconnect with that friend and see where it goes. And I'm also gonna be meeting a lot of her friends too that are also going to the event. So yeah. Alright, next up we have the third book that I chose on getting, and that is Beartown by Frederick Backman. I have heard really good things about this book. This is completely different vibes to both the previous books that I've talked about here, but I saw Sarah Caroli talk about these books in a video for her YouTube. I was like super invested in the way that she was speaking about the book and the characters and the plot, so I was like, you know what, let me read the back. So I read it and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that, okay, might be interested. I read the first chapter and I was like, whoa, I need to pick this book up. So I'm gonna read the synopsis for you, and then I'm gonna read the first chapter because it's like literally like 5 lines. So yeah, okay. Beartown is a small town in a large Swedish forest. For most of the year, it is under a thick blanket of snow, experiencing a cold and dark that brings people closer together or pulls them apart. Its isolation means that Beartown has been slowly shrinking with each passing year, but now the town is on the verge of an astonishing revival. A bright new future is just around the corner, until the day it is all put in jeopardy by a single, brutal act. It divides the town into those who think it should be hushed up and forgotten, and those who risk the future to see justice done. Can one young man find the courage to speak a truth no one wants to hear? That's the back of the book. So the book basically is about this town. It follows different characters onto different teams, 2 different groups of let's rebuild this town back together, or this is a shithole, I want to leave. Yeah, that is the synopsis on the back. And then the first chapter reads, late one evening towards the end of March, a teenager picked up a double-barreled shotgun, walked into the forest, put the gun to someone else's forehead, and pulled the trigger. This is the story of how we got there. That's the first chapter. Are you joking? I saw it and I was like, okay, yeah, add to the cart. I was at the bookstore and that literally stopped me dead in my tracks. I was like, so yeah, really excited to read Beartown. I will eventually get to it. This is not usually what I go for at all, but I think I'm gonna like it, so I'm just excited to be diving into a different genre that I'm not really used to diving into. And that is Beartown by Frederick Backman. The fourth book I decided to get was The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. I am so excited to read this book. I don't think anyone understands how excited I am to read this book. I'm pretty sure I heard of this book first in Jack in the Books channel, Jack Edwards' channel, and from him talking about it, I'm not entirely sure if he gave it a positive review or a negative review, but either way, the concept of this struck me so much. I was like, that sounds like such a good book. I love that. And I saw it because they had like a dedicated section for Japanese literature. I'm gonna read you the synopsis so that you can also share my enthusiasm. And if you've also read any of the books that I'm gonna be talking about, please let me know your thoughts down below without any spoilers, please. Without any spoilers. Yeah, because I would love to know your thoughts, even if they're good, bad, whatever. So yeah. Hat, ribbon, bird, rose. To the people on the island, a disappeared thing no longer has any meaning. It can be burned in the garden, thrown in the river, or handed over to the memory police. Soon enough, the island forgets it ever existed. When a young novelist discovers that her editor is in danger of being taken away by the memory police, she desperately wants to save him. For some reason, he doesn't forget, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for him to hide his memories. Who knows what will vanish next? Just, wow. I am so excited. Such a cool premise. I love that. It's 274 pages. This might just be like a really interesting read. I think I'm really gonna like this. So that's The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. The fifth book I got was The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. This is actually a secondhand copy. I got this for €3 in the bookstore. They have a really big secondhand book selection. I'm really excited. She is the queen of witchy vampire-y reads. She wrote Interview with the Vampire and The Vampire Lestat, which are like icons when it comes to vampire literature. Oh my gosh. I just saw this. Somebody got this book on May 2nd of 99? No, that's not 91. It's either 99 or 95. That's crazy. Oh my god, I love that. It has 1,000 pages. So it is pocketbook though, I will say that. And the print is pretty small. I can't. I had to read this in a very specific mood because I think it'll put me in a slump. However, I'm just very excited to read this either way. I think it's gonna be a really fun read. I think it's gonna be something that's gonna open me up to a new author to me. I think it's just really gonna be a fun, exciting experience to read this. I think I'm really gonna like the ambience in this book. It goes all over the place in like literally like different countries and stuff and different centuries. It follows the main character. Her name is Rowan as well. So we have 2 Rowans in this book haul, and she is a witch. Unknowing to her, she has an entire lineage of witches, and it follows her discovering her past and the mysterious lineage that she has. And it follows another character called Michael who recently drowned. He somehow comes back to life, but from this brief experience with death, he gets this like sense for the mystical and the occult. Now he has like a spidey sense of basically the occult. And these both characters, they get drawn to each other, they start falling in love, they have a lot of lust and passion for each other, and it basically goes on about the relationship and takes them into different settings. I'm really excited to read this. I know it's probably not the best book to like trying to get over a slump. I think this is like a vacation read. Like you read this when you go on vacation. Does that make sense? Like when you have nothing to do and you just go to the beach and you like pick up a book. This is the type of book that you would take on a vacation, I think, personally. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this eventually, but I don't think now's the time. But either way, really excited to get into this book whenever I do. And that is The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. We are down to 2. The 6th book that I got was My Life Had Stood a Loaded Gun by Emily Dickinson. This is a short collection of poems, and I got this for $3.75. It's part of the Little Black Classics from Penguin, and I have never actually read any Dickinson, so thought might as well start here. It says electrifying poems of isolation, beauty, death, and eternity from a reclusive genius and one of America's greatest writers. I thought for the longest time that I couldn't read poetry just because it felt like so superior to me. I still don't think it's a big genre that I read into, but it's definitely something that I want to get into. Not a genre, like a format, I guess would be the better way to say it. But yeah, so I'm excited to get more into poetry. I think I would benefit a lot from just trying to read more poetry. I think it's something that has always scared me because I'm like, I don't think I'm like smart enough for it. But I know I'm smart. I know I can do it, and if I'm struggling, I can always look up. I can always learn how to dissect poetry. And maybe if I don't want to dissect it, that's also okay. Dickinson is one of the greatest writers to ever live. So I am really excited to read this and eventually get into it. And last but not least, we have the 7th book that I got, and that is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I have heard nothing but brilliant, amazing, spectacular, show-stopping things about this book. I've really liked the premise of this book ever since I first heard of it. I feel like everyone and their mother has read this book so far, but I am just really into the premise of this book. Kind of the same thing that happens with The Memory Police, where the premise of the book just hooks me from the go, and I've really wanted to read this book. I've always seen the translated version of this in Spanish bookstores, and I'm like, I'll eventually get it. I want to read it in English. I'm just really excited to read this. You have no idea. This book follows 4 characters, and it basically is about this coffee shop in which you can sit in this tiny little cute table. You order a coffee, and before the coffee gets cold, you have the chance to go to the past. So you basically time travel in this cafe. I'm gonna read you the synopsis so you can get a little bit more than that. In a small back alley in Tokyo, there's a cafe which has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. But this coffee shop offers its customers a unique experience: the chance to travel back in time. And before the coffee gets cold, we meet 4 visitors, each of whom is hoping to make use of the cafe's time-traveling offer in order to confront the man who left them, receive a letter from their husband whose memory has begun to fade, see their sister one last time, and meet the daughter they never got the chance to know. The back of the book says, "Are you listening?" Kazu continued. "When you return to the past, you must drink the entire cup before the coffee gets cold." I don't actually like coffee that much. Kazu opened her eyes wider and brought her face an inch or so from the tip of Fumiko's nose. "This is the one rule you have to absolutely obey," she said in a low voice. So, yeah, that's where it gets the name from. Before the coffee gets cold, you need to go back. You need to finish the cup of coffee, because if not, I guess bad things will happen. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I'm really excited to read this. I think I'm really gonna like it. I am so excited to just dive into this world, as I am with every other book here. And yeah, so that concludes the book haul. That is the entirety of this book haul. Thank you so much for watching. It's made me so happy to film this and to know that there's gonna be a video this week. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be better at posting weekly. That is the goal. But sometimes I just simply can't. Like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'm trying to reach 100 followers before the end of the year. If you've read any of these books, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of them, without any spoilers, please. I do not want to be spoiled. And I would love to know all of your thoughts about them. If you have any book recs or videos that you would like to see me do, please also let me know in the comments. If you want to follow me on all of my socials, they're going to be linked in the description below. I'm mostly active on my Instagram, but you can also follow me on TikTok, which I sometimes post things that I don't post on my Instagram. And I post my written down reviews on storygraph, so if you want to follow me over there as well, you can absolutely do that. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will see each other next week, hopefully, crossing my fingers that we do. And yeah, have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye, loves.